Hello, Merry Time Zone friends, it's Matt here today, bringing you another Sims 4 video for the channel. Given that it's October, it seemed the perfect time to bring back last year's challenge, where myself and a good friend swapped shells and we're going to do a Halloween build today. This one's going to be a lot of fun. I've been wanting to build for a long time. I've got some ideas, so without further ado, grab your cuppers and settle in. So we are here in Moonwood Mill. I fancied building somewhere a little bit different today, and the vibe of Moonwood Mill is very moody and it seemed like the perfect place to put a Halloween build today. This is Amari Langston. This is going to be our new build safe, so we might see him in the future. If you like him, let me know. I'll upload him to the gallery. He, in my head, wants to be an architect. We don't have an aspiration for that. Sims, I'm looking at you. When do we get the architect career? So he's going to be the sim we're going to see during our build videos. Today, we have a good friend who is also a YouTuber who we've seen on this channel before quite a few times, and we heckin' love them. Today, we are doing a shell swap with good friend Amethyst May. She has her own challenge going on right now because we are swapping shells. So today we're going to be building the shell that she's made for me and her community, and she is also going to be doing the same with the shell that I made for her and for my community as well. And that means you. If you haven't yet had a go at building with the shell but you want to, you can still do so. Look for the hashtag down in the description, and I'll also put all of May's information as well. So if you want to go and see her build video as well, you can go and find her. But now though, we need to get to the gallery and we need to find the shell that she has made for me. So we're going to take Amari, we're going to go to the gallery. If you don't remember, this was the shell that she made for last year, the cat face which we did and made a haunted house with a dark little secret. That one was a lot of fun. There is not an awful lot to see in this picture. It's really hard to see, so we're going to get in and have a look at it. I'm excited. It's on a 30 by 20 lot, and she says trick or treat, place on a 30 by 20 lot. Walls must stay. Hide the grim gnome in your build and include one of your fears in the build. All rules and packs can be found on Twitter at amethystmay_YouTube, and you can change the decorative flooring. That is good to know. I'm seeing a little picture in there. I'm excited for what this is going to look like. Oh no, that is cool. It's a little Halloween candy. Oh my god, that is awesome. It looks like it's one story. So let's go see if there's a 30 by 20 lot on here. So the only lot sizes we have available are a 20 by 15, a 30 by 30, 30 by 40, 30 by 40, or a 50 by 40, and the other ones are way too big. This one is not going to be big enough at all, so we're going to stick with the 30 by 30. I did check with May and she says she's completely happy for me to put it on a bigger lot. That's just more work for me, so we're going to go ahead and put May's shell build down here on the 30 by 30 where we are right now. Wow, that is huge. I'm here for it. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. So let's zoom out quickly and have a proper look at this. There he is. This is the gnome that we have to hide in the build. If you decide to do this build as well, you do need to find this character. He's called Don't Fear the Renomper. So if you want to do this build, find him in the gallery and place him somewhere in the build. If you're going to hide him somewhere, we'll try and find it in our builds. That goes for both mine and for May's. And if you do want to do May's build, you can go and find her at Amethyst May on the gallery, and you can find it also with the hashtag ScaryRMayShell 2024. If you do decide to do this shell, please do upload it with that same hashtag so that May is able to find it. And the same for mine. I'll quickly show you my one so you can have a look if you want to do my one as well. You can find it here. I am on the gallery under Mad Milliner. It's called the Milliner Scary Shell 24, and the hashtag for this is the same, Milliner Scary Shell 2024. My one here is this little pumpkin guy. There is a little bit of terraforming going on, which you do need to try and keep it if you can. If it's too difficult, obviously you can get rid of it, but absolutely please just try your best to work with it because I think it can be a lot of fun. So this actually kind of works out perfectly for one of the ideas I had for this build. When I first suggested this to May, I had some thoughts of what I might want to build, and one of those things was a Halloween themed candy shop. As much as I don't like the woman who wrote it, I do kind of have the idea in my brain of a similar kind of thing as in Harry Potter with the sweet shops and the toy shops with all the kind of things everywhere. I kind of wanted to build some kind of community lot, some kind of shop where you could sell a bunch of creepy stuff and cute sweets and stuff and toys and everything, and I kind of wanted to see what I can make with that today, see what kind of secrets we can get within this sweet center. So if we look here, we have the middle height of the walls. We do have these interior walls right here, and if we have a look here, it says walls must stay. So we're going to try and work with this. We're not going to change any of the internal walls. I want to see what I can come up with this. This is what she's left us, and I'm going to work with it, so I'm excited for this one. From this point on, I'm probably going to do this as mostly a speed build with very minimal commentary, if any at all. So grab your cuppa, sit back and enjoy the build. Come one, come all, new shop has opened up in town. If you want a Halloween costume, do some pumpkin carving, take a photo in the dungeon. If you want just a trip to the Lollipop Graveyard, a stroll down Candy Creek, or you're just here for that tasty candy, come on down to Sweet Revenge. So this is the build as we have finished it. Similarly to last year, I was building for almost 10 hours getting this done. There's no way I was going to make you sit through all of that, so I hope the speed build was enjoyable. Amari here has been helping us out. He came in halfway through the build and bought the build as a retail lot, so that I was able to go in and do a couple of little things that I needed to do, and he's also been my tester to make sure that everything works in live mode. So if we take a look around the outside of the build, we have this courtyard area which introduces us to the front of the shop, but we're going to take a look around outside before we go in. This is Candy Creek. So if you wish to take a stroll down Candy Creek, you will be met by DJ Candy, who will show you the way down the pathway. We have our bubble tea, which is one of my favorite things about this area. I don't know why, I love it so much that I managed to make it bubble. And if you look around, we have cookies, we have sweets, we have chocolate balls. There's a hot chocolate over there. We even have marshmallows on sticks and pieces of chocolate to make s'mores with, and tasty looking Alice in Wonderland vibes, mushrooms at the end. We've got some dragonflies flying around. I even added some cute little tadpoles, so if you manage to come all the way down to the bottom of the creek, you'll see some tadpoles just swimming around, living their best life. Candy Creek to me has such a chill vibe. This is like the perfect place to bring your kids, just coming outside and being like, this is the dream. Look at all the chocolate everywhere. There's crackers. Oh, this is heaven for a kid, right? I mean, even for an adult, I want all of the chocolate being here. But if Candy Creek is not your vibe, you can instead come this way, down this path to the Lollipop Graveyard. This was a lot of fun to build. Unfortunately, the tool mod did break halfway through the build, so I was able to do some things with the tool and other things I had to just kind of fudge together, and it was a lot of fun to try and see what we could work with. So we've got some items in here that you might recognize. A lot of these are just random items that I've slammed together. One of them is a window. Some of these are dog balls, which hopefully nobody's going to take, but if they do, then that's just rude. Why would you steal from a graveyard? So if you want to come down for a stroll to the Lollipop Graveyard, you never know who you might find. Where is Amari going? Where is Amari going? We'll have to go and find him later. No, actually we're not going to do that because he's going to mess things up. No, just go over here. Can you go fish? I'm gonna go and send him to fish. So as I was saying, if you're not vibing with the Lollipop Graveyard, you can take a stroll down the side of the building instead. Nice little calm bit of nature. And oh, what is this? This, my friends, is Moonwood Mill's largest chocolate egg. Hell yes. We got our bunnies running around guarding this egg with their very lives. And if a ritual with a chocolate egg doesn't get you going, I don't know what is. But if you do want to go and do some shopping, don't worry, you are in the right place. You don't have to come here just to worship the chocolate egg or to visit the graveyard. You can instead come inside and shop to your heart's content. So if you have come here to shop, you will find everything you could ever need. We've got candy, we've got eyeballs, we've got as many different kinds of sweets as you could possibly want to put in your face. We've got pumpkins down here. We have Benny Bones just hanging out there for the kids to learn their anatomy. And then over here we have ourselves some pumpkin treats, which if you are a fan of the cottage living side of things, you can make these yourself. We have pumpkins out the back. If you saw, we have a little pumpkin patch which I've set up for you. So if you decided to make some treats, you can make these things yourself. So we've got our pumpkin seeds, our pumpkin treats, and then here we have what I believe is pumpkin puree, but I need to see if I can eyedrop it because it won't actually show me. I thought this was an item that you could interact with. It is not. We can't even set it for sale, which is unfortunate, but it does look pretty good. And then we've got our specters here that are just hanging out in their candy jars, having the absolute best time. And then back over this way, we've got some more novelty items you can buy. You've got some plushies, we've got some cards, everything you could want to celebrate the best time of the year. If you've had your fill of candy and you want to go through to the back of the shop, you will find all sorts of curios in here. You can come over to the right hand side here where you'll be greeted by a number of different costumes you can come and try on. We have some fitting rooms in here if you wanted to come and try your costumes on. We have just a couple of little rooms in here you can come in and try some outfits on. Live your best Halloween life. We've got over here our cosmetics and jewelry section. You can get your costumes, get your makeup, and then we have a potion brewing section which looks so good in live mode. It's so fun seeing all of this. If you're a witch and you're into potions, you can come and buy them pre-made here. We have some little creepy toys for the kids and some other curios such as voodoo dolls, sim rays, gnomes, any amount of skulls you could possibly want, and then all of the familiar orbs, which again, for your witchy folk, that's for you. And then if you follow the tragic clown around to this corner, you have your decorations for the wall. We've got all sorts of banners and crafts, all sorts of things, lanterns and everything that you could possibly want for the Halloween season. Jerry hanging out back here. How you doing, buddy? And then if you come through into this back room here, you can carve your own pumpkins. If you buy as a retail store, you can grow your own pumpkins out the back. So when it comes to Halloween time, you can run your own pumpkin carving stations. People can come along, buy your pumpkins, and take a session with you to be able to carve any number of fun little things. And this is one of my favorite things. I did not know what to do with this half of the build, and what I ended up coming up with I think is pretty fun. So if you go through here, we have a dungeon setup. This is where you can do photo opportunities, get your costume on, come in here, you carve your pumpkins, you experience the graveyard, you have a grand old time, and then you can come in here and pretend to be chained up to the wall. We've got a torture rack over here, and then we have our electric gate. This is the kind of place you don't want to be locked up. But this is a photo opportunity should you want to come in for the Halloween season. You can pay a minimal fee to be able to come in here and take photos and really enjoy your experience. Unlike Amari, who is currently having the absolute worst time. I think he peed himself. However, what we have seen is that it is now nighttime. We have been hanging out long enough that it's now dark outside, and we can now experience the build from the dead of night. So we have a few little lights just around the place, some of them just lighting up the clown over here, and now that it's dark we can see some of the fireflies as well. It's finally dark enough for them to be lighting up Candy Creek. It's so pretty. You can see the mushrooms lighting up now and everything. Oh, he went to sleep. But we'll leave him to rest, and we're going to continue just having a quick look around in the dark. And I love being a Moonwood Mill. You just get the howling in the background. It's so atmospheric. And we have all the candles lighting up the Lollipop Graveyard, and then popping out the back here we have our little Boo the Ghosty lighting up the chocolate egg circle. And this over here is where you can grow your own pumpkins. It's set up for you, so if you want to be able to grow your own pumpkins for the carving station, this is going to be available in the final build. I will upload it as such. Hopefully they upload as this. If not, it shouldn't be too difficult to be able to buy some pumpkin seeds. And this, as you might have seen in the build video, is Rhonda. Everybody talks about the Pumpkin King, but nobody ever talks about the Pumpkin Queen. This beauty right here is Rhonda the Pumpkin Queen, and I fucking love her so much. She's out here guarding the pumpkin patch, and then we have Patchy out here to help out as well with a little bit of lighting just so you're not in the total darkness. I am so happy with the way that this build came out. Even without the tool mod to be able to do all the different things I wanted to be able to do, I still think this has come out really, really well. If you didn't see the Grim Gnome while we were looking around there, don't worry, I will show you where they are at the end. Please don't go and play in the creek, Amari. There is one last thing to show you, and to do that, we're going to have to go to the basement. Now, if you will remember, we did have to do at least one of our fears in this build, and down here in the depths of the basement, I have done 3 of my fears. We're going to send Amari down, down, and down deeper into the caverns. This is the sewage system. Due to the unique nature of the building upstairs, they were unable to put any storage for any of their items up there, so instead they had to utilize the sewage systems underground. Unfortunately, one of my fears is the dark. and there are no lights in the sewage system, so we're just gonna have to deal with it, Amari. He's looking about as unhappy as I am. So down here in the sewage system, we have to try and find our way around. Let's see, if we go this way, we have two ways that we can go. Left is always right, so let's go to the left. Maybe we can find our way out. Shit, not that way. It's so dark in here. I don't like being lost. That is my other fear, being lost. I don't like not knowing where I am. I am fucking terrified of being lost. But what we did find is the cauldron, so if you want to be able to make your own potions to sell upstairs, if you're a spellcaster, you can absolutely do that, or you can just make some mac and cheese if you want to. That being said, we do need to make our way back through the sewers, because there's more to see. What is it down here? I wonder. I don't know where I am. I'm trying to find my way around. And, oh god, where am I? Gotta love free cam in the basement, huh? So you're down here and you're trying to find where to go. No, we're lost again. So we're gonna have to go back through the tunnels the way that we came. Maybe it's down this way. I don't know. I'm not sure where we are. Oh, there it is. That must be the storeroom, right? There's no way this can't be the storage room. That's not storage. This would be fear number 3. Bees. Me and bees and wasps do not have a good relationship. I hate the sound of the buzzing. I will run away if there is a wasp in the room and wait until somebody confirms the kill before I come back. So that's why they're down here. Don't ask me who put them there, but I'm honestly too scared to remove them. So they just have to stay there forever now. But surely there must just be, there's got to be something down here. The solace of light. Could it possibly be? Oh, the storage room at last. Now we can gather our things and we can go back upstairs and hopefully never ever have to come back to this horrid place ever again. And that, my friends, is the sweet shop and Halloween novelty store that I have named Sweet Revenge. Mari's just outside encouraging crop growth, so while he may be stinky, he is absolutely helping. I have not uploaded the build yet, so he's just helping it be in even better condition for when you guys can get your hands on it. Thank you so much to May for building this shell for us. This was a lot of fun to try and work with, and I kept the original color scheme because I hate the color pink, and I figured why not just make it this gaudy thing and work with what you gave me. We did not change the internal walls, but we did add a few things, including the basement, and I had a lot of fun trying to come up with this year. This is going to be set as a retail store. I will upload it to the gallery as such, so if you want to buy it as a retail store, you can run it to sell any kind of novelty gifts you want. You can use the pumpkin patch to be able to use that to sell your own pumpkins and create your own pumpkins for the carving station. And as I say, there is also a cauldron downstairs, so if you want to make your own potions as a spellcaster and sell those as well, you absolutely can. If you have not yet had a go at this shell and you would like to, you can still find this build and do this absolutely under the hashtag ScaryRMayShell 2024. You can go and find it under Amethyst May's page. Go and give May a follow, download this build and go and do a build of your own. It's a lot of fun to do something with the restrictions of don't change the rules and do it with the themes. Hide the Grim Gnome somewhere, and if you stayed long enough, I will show you where he is in just a moment. But just before we go and find him, if you want to do my shell as well, which is this pumpkin shape, you can do it by finding myself in the gallery under Mad Milliner, or go to the hashtag MillinerScaryShell 2024, upload it again with the same hashtag so that I can find it if you've made a build for it. That being said, there is only one thing left to do. If you have made it this far, you have earned finding the secret of where Grim Gnome is. May, if you're watching this before you've toured it, close your eyes now. I thought this was so painfully cruel, but also kind of funny. Hello! He's just chilling out in a pumpkin. Don't ask me how he got in there. He's the Grim Gnome. Look at him in there. Eyes are glowing. This build was a lot of fun to do, and I hope you've enjoyed watching the build as well. If you want to see some more builds like this, some more creative builds, let me know what kind of thing would you like to see next. Should I make a Christmas themed build? See if I can come up with something in time for the festive season. If you would like to see more build videos with Amari, also let me know, because Amari in my head is an absolutely dedicated architect. He built this place and he wanted it to be perfect for people before they came in to buy anything. That's why he's been out there working on the pumpkins. He's been down in the sewers. That's why he stinks. He's been making sure it's a hell of an experience. I'll also upload him to the gallery if you want to see him. Thank you so much for being here and for watching this build. Now though, leave your comments, suggestions and feedback down below, and remember, it's always tea time somewhere in the world. Bye bye.